Oh girl, your breasts stank. Okay, get down. Hey there, my Foxy family. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. Today's video is going to be all about how to make your synthetic wig look more like human hair. Now, I did this video probably 3 or 4 years back. I can't recall at the moment, and it did well, but I was new to wigs, and I didn't know as much as I know now, so I thought, what a better video to do a recap on. I'm gonna open up the back of my brain and let y'all inside. So today's video is just going to be me sharing all of my knowledge on making a synthetic wig look more natural. This video is going to be part 1 of a whole wig series that I am going to put out, from making your synthetic wigs look more natural all the way down to dyeing your synthetic wigs. I love synthetic wigs. I have more than one human being should ever have, and I think it's selfish that I'm harboring all of this information in my noggin and I'm not sharing it with you guys. So I'm here today to share a little bit of that knowledge with you. Also, before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Feshfen for supplying the wig for this video. They have been so wonderful to me. Their customer service is amazing. The wig selection on their website is just absolutely ridiculous. It is so cool. I love any wig company that has decent prices, excellent selection, and amazing customer service. You are an A++ in my book. So thank you so much, Feshfen, for the wig, the unit for today's video. But all of the opinions in this video are going to be my own. This is kind of like a review inside of a tutorial, if you want to call it that. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. The unit I will be using for today's video is Feshfen's 12-inch ombre synthetic lace front. Don't worry, I will have a link to it down below. So today we are working with a standard lace front wig. This is where you are provided with a few inches of lace to cut along the hairline. Now, some lace wigs come with the entire cap made of lace, and also there are lace wigs where they provide an extra bit of hair in front so that you can cut your own hairline. But today we're going in with just a standard lace front. Lace fronts provide the most natural looking hairline and have become my personal preference when it comes to wigs. So if you're looking for a wig that's gonna fool your friends, you're gonna want to go with the lace front. Now, with this particular wig, I was very impressed to find a bit of wiring in the sideburns. This is going to help shape it to your face and make it more stable in the long run. Of course, we have combs in the cap for some stability, and of course our adjustable straps so the wig fits perfectly to whatever size head you got. Alright, that's enough showing off the wig. It's time to get this show on the road. It's time to cut. Now I'm going to gently push back the synthetic strands out of the way, that way we don't accidentally cut a few of those, and I am going to cut a few centimeters away from the actual hairline. Be very careful not to cut too close because those hair strands will become unraveled. Now let's cut the tags and get started on our part. Opening up the part on a wig can really make a huge difference. I know my natural hair part is not even remotely as thick as my wig parts. So by removing a few of the strands with tweezers, it instantly helps give a wig a more natural feel and helps expose a little bit of what would be our scalp, making it easier to blend in. Now be careful, you don't want to over tweeze, and also the lace is very fragile, so you don't want to rip anything. Just be very gentle, take your time, and just pluck out one hair strand at a time if possible. I like to tweeze the most in the front because this is where it is going to meet our forehead and show the most skin, and gradually make it thicker towards the back. Now you're going to want to grab a concealer that is the same shade as your skin tone and a brush to apply. I'm going to begin applying this concealer right onto the lace in the part. This is going to blend it into our scalp and make it look like our own skin. How cool, right? I know. Don't worry if you accidentally get some of the concealer on the actual hair strands themselves. We can just buff those out later. Now grab yourself a translucent powder and we are going to set that. This is just going to make sure that concealer doesn't move around or melt or disappear halfway through the day. This is going to set it in place so it stays all day long. Now, like I said before, if you're a rebel like me and you decided to draw outside the lines, you can go ahead and rub that out now. Now it should look a little like this, a little bit more like your scalp, which is actually pretty creepy, don't you think? Ugh. Now that we have our wigs part looking more natural, it's time to move on to making the synthetic strands look more natural. Now, depending upon the quality of your wig, you may need to add a few extra steps to this, and I will have a video on this in this series, but for now, this tutorial, we're working with a higher quality wig, and we don't really need to worry about that for right now. Don't mind me just looking super sexy in my wig cap. Now it's time to place on our wig. If you prefer, you could put this on a wig stand or a mannequin, but for this tutorial, I'm going to be placing it on my good old head. I am now going to secure the wig into place on my head so it is not moving about as I am working. Now at this point, you can actually take a few hairs, and by a few hairs, I mean like 10 to 15 strands, literally, by the part of the hair and cut them short to mimic baby hairs. Now personally, I don't like how this looks on wigs, but I'm letting you know because it is an option. This is for the people that are gonna go a little bit more extreme, if you must. Now we're going to do something that I actually have not seen anyone else do with their wigs, and that's blowing it out. So grab yourself a blow dryer with multiple heat settings and place it on warm. It is very important to note that any higher settings are going to possibly melt your wig. So you want to keep it on the lower settings and also put the blow speed on low too. So now you just want to blow around your hair strands. Blowing out the wig is actually going to help separate these synthetic strands, take away a little bit of that shine, and also just in general, it gives the hair strands a more real texture. It gives them more bounce and almost makes the wig feel lighter. It may just be me, but since I have started doing this, I have noticed a huge difference in my wigs. So now I'm gonna go ahead and blow the rest of the wig out. Next step in our journey to making our wig look more natural is taking some translucent powder and dusting our entire wig. Be careful not to put too much powder on because you'll literally look like a powder puff walking around, but what you're going to want to do is completely saturate the entire wig with this powder. As the powder goes onto each strand, it is going to take away that shine. Make sure you're very thorough too, lifting up different layers and powdering each layer, or else you're going to see that shine break down through each layer. Here I have done a side-by-side so you can see the difference between non-powdered and powdered. The left-hand side has already been powdered and the right-hand side has not. It is just a little bit more shiny. Now for our last and final step, grab yourself some dry shampoo and begin spraying this all over the entire wig. And just like with the powder, make sure you're very thorough in lifting the layers so that you get it all throughout the entire wig. Not only is this going to take away that last bit of shine that's unnatural, but it's also going to make your wig smell absolutely delicious. And now we should have a very natural looking and feeling wig. Wigs are such an amazing way to feel like a new person every single day. And I love synthetic wigs because they are an inexpensive option. I really hoped all these tips were helpful to you guys, and now I'm gonna pass it back on over to the live me.
And that is it. That is how I make my wiggy little friends that are not so real look more like real hair. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and learned something today. And if you didn't learn something, I'm really sorry, but at least I hope you were entertained. And don't forget, if at any point in time you decided you liked this video, to go ahead and slap me on a thumbs up. It helps me out. It helps me out a lot, you know. Also, don't forget to share this video with your foxy friends. Maybe you have a friend who you look at their wig sometimes and are like, girl, I know that's a wig. And maybe that's not her intention, was to make you think, you know, just share it with whoever you think, just spread the word. Spread the word of the synthetics. Half the time, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. And if you are not yet a member of our Foxy family, what should I do, Chaperon? Chaperon, are you ever paying attention to me? You even know where you are? Boy? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and become a member of our cool, totally weird, we're a fam. We're a fam, I think. I like to think of us as a fam. If you have any comments or questions, don't forget to leave them down below. And all of my other social media links are going to be in the drop bar. It's where you can find me on Instagram, find me on Twitter, find me all them places. Why am I doing this? No! As always, you guys, I love you so freaking much. It's not even funny how much I love you. Yeah. Yes, I love you. Yes, I do. Well, okay, bye! Mom's trying to pose. Y'all are distracting. Get out of my dressing room! That is the bathroom. Holy Jesus! Don't dance in your wig. It gets hot in there. Holy crap. Okay.
Hey! Who told you that was okay to do to Sissy? That was a bad boy. No, that was not nice. You can't just attack your sister and expect her to forgive you. Do you think she's going to? Nuggie, what's the verdict? No? That's what I thought. She hates you. Good job.